Now he's telling me that someone's had a go at this before, which is telling me that the previous owner definitely knew about it, 100%. And that turbo just feels a little bit. Oh, this whole experience has been frightfully stressful. However, this is a foot-long subway. It's just a roller coaster of emotions. So it won't be a day without a warranty claim. I took a wrong turn and I've ended up going down the motorway and back. And I don't think that's done this car any favours. Oh, we've got a smoker. Good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Welcome back to the logbook. Thank you for tuning in. We've got a bit of a fairly chaotic day today, so we are back in the auction mistake. Every noise this car makes, I panic. So we're taking this car back to Charlie now. So Charlie is the guy that we use for BMW stuff. He's in Bradford, so we're off to go and pick up the 4 Series that came in on part exchange. That was the one where the customer didn't mention the fact that it was throwing oil all over the place. That's been into Charlie's. He's been on with that, and I'm hoping it's now, well, I know it's now repaired because I've already spoken to him. He has had to, unfortunately, replace the sump gasket. It wasn't the oil cooler or anything else that we were kind of hoping it might be. So, not looking forward to seeing the invoice on that one, but anyway, it's done now, so at least we're at a position where we can start to get it prepped and ready for sale. So that's good news. Now, the guy that part exchanged it has had an issue with the car that we sold to him, and as you can imagine, he's been all over me like a rash. So I've just paid for that. That was £670. And I've just paid for his problem car that he's put into me. Heading into Bradford now, drop this off. Callum seems to think that he's fixed this, or we all seem to think that it's been fixed, to be fair. I'm just not convinced. And also, there's obviously issues with those, I call them injector caps or injector brackets or whatever they are. One's got a crack in, that's going to need replacing anyway before we sell the car, and the other one looks like he's off the wrong car entirely. So I'm taking a bit of a risk here driving it to Charlie's, but it's going to have to get driven at some point, so I may as well be on the road and trying it out myself. Callum is on call if we need picking back up, but I'm hoping it's going to be a fairly painless journey across there. Now, really exciting news. You'll have seen the video that dropped recently about the Ferrari that we took across to that event in Ilkley, which was mega, by the way, and a huge compliment to the lads that arranged that. There was 2 of them, and I want to say they were 15 or 16. I can't remember the age exactly. Come on. I do. It does look like it's cleared up smoking. That turbo just feels a little bit. And here we go. We've got a drivetrain issue. Full performance not available. Have the problem checked by your service partner. Well, that's handy, isn't it? For God's sake. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. The good news is we're taking it into Charlie's with faults on it. Because like the worst thing is when you're trying to repair a car and someone brings it to you and go, yeah, it does this thing, but it's like every now and again, it's not doing it right now, but it might do it with you. And you go, oh yeah, thanks mate, got a real chance of being able to fix that. I've just got a feeling turbo. I called it right at the start, and I know the injectors are all over the place, but I wonder if people have gone in there thinking it's injectors when it's turbo. Anyway, we will see, get it to Charlie's and let Charlie work his magic. So that's what's happening today. I will report back very shortly with an invoice in my hand to let you know how much the repairs have been on the car that someone part exchanged to me, knowing it needed repairs, and then have the audacity to put in repair claims on the car we sold him. I'll tell you how much that one is and give you a bit of an update as to what Charlie's thoughts are on this car. Again, no engine management light. I'd totally forgotten to carry on about the good news there. So, good news, the Ferrari has now officially sold, or at least we've got a deposit on the car, which is really, really positive. Now, the guy came back down on Wednesday, brought his missus with him. He brought the sunshine as well, so it couldn't have been a better day for it. His wife wanted to have a go at driving the car, so we went around the estate. She's realised that it's a really easy car to drive as well. So stood up in the bar, having a good chat, going through all the service history, talking about what we were going to do. So I'm essentially going to take that car back to the specialist for him. He wants to do all the switches, so you get like sticky switches in the car, and it's like a common thing with these. They go over time, and he wants them all right. He's a particular bloke, fine. He's prepared to pay for it. £2 grand. to sort those switches out. Fine, so he's doing that. I am swallowing the timing belt. So it is due about, those cars are due a timing belt every 3 years, regardless of the mileage. And the tensioners on the belts need replacing ad hoc, as and when they look like they need doing. Now the good news is the tensioners were done in 2021 with the timing belt. Now the next belt is obviously due now, and I'm hoping, please, when they do the belt, they're going to say the tensioners still look okay, because if they don't look okay, I'm going to be paying for that as well. Anyway, it's fine, it's all part of the deal. Really nice bloke, really nice missus. I've got a feeling they're going to become friends. You know, when you just sort of get on with someone really well. So I'm buzzing for him, buzzing for his missus, and he might have an interesting part exchange coming in as well, which I'm not going to tell you about. Hooray. So, I'm getting, fuel. Oh, it's just the anxiety of that sound. Never fails you. So, when I say part exchange, he's not putting it in against the Ferrari. He's putting it in as a potential sale or return car, because it is that weird and wacky. I said to him, I really wouldn't want to try and put a number on this. I'm happy to try sell it for you. It clears up a bit of garage space at home, so at least you've got somewhere to put your new Ferrari. And I think it would look really cool in our bar area, and I also think it makes some really cool content. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I'll tell you when it comes in, if it comes in. So Callum's back at the unit. He is photographing a couple of Porsches. So we've got 2 Porsches dropped in. One's coming on part exchange. It's a Cayman. It's a 2.9. It's a bit of an older one. 2011 car, I want to say, 61 plate. Really cool thing. Nice low mileage, really nice history, low owners. For someone who's looking for one of those, that's the one. Then we're photographing, we've got a carmine red Porsche GTS. That has come back in from a customer who sold the car to him 8 months ago. He's had a change of circumstances, wants that to go. So Callum's going to be photographing that this afternoon as well. Hopefully get them both live by the end of the day. I've got a chap I need to call back on an RS7. So I'm going to give him a ring back this afternoon. He's been chasing me, and it's just been chaos at the moment, not only with work, but with this house thing that is still going on in the background that I'm trying to get across the line. We've also got potentially another supercar on its way. I don't want to say too much because it's very early days in the conversation, but I spoke to a really, really nice guy called Ben yesterday. He'd been referred on to us by an existing customer, so we might have something rather potent on its way down. Pretty special, so I'm excited about that. So yeah, it's all exciting at the moment. It's just dealing with this. How's my range gone from 50 to 22 just driving up one hill? One thing Charlie's going to be annoyed about is if I bring this car in with 0 fuel, so I might do the right thing here and just bang some diesel in before I pull up. So it won't be a day without a warranty claim. Sorry, I thought I was going to come back to you with news as to what was going on. Just relentless. So we've just sold a VW Polo. It's an 18 plate car. It's done 45,000 miles. It was Callum's mate's missus's car. So we know the car, just been MOT'd, just been serviced, absolutely A1 that car. And the lady's just called up. It's making a weird noise when I'm braking. Oh. Within the same 20 minutes, I've just sold a GTR. So that's pretty good, isn't it? It's just a roller coaster of emotions. Oh my Lord. Right, so, yeah, a guy from Ireland's called up. He's a motor dealer. He's got a business over there. He's sent me all his details for the business. All checks out. Wants to buy the GTR, wants to do a trade deal. Now, I've been sat looking at that car for a little while now, and if I was to do a trade deal on it, there wouldn't be a lot of movement. So I've basically done him a deal. But he was like, look, I'm a trader. I'm going to buy it trade. You're never going to hear from me again. Don't want a warranty. Not interested in any of that sort of stuff. Can you do a deal on the car? You know what it is, mate? Yes, I can do a deal. Oh my God, the smoke is bellowing out of this thing now. Oh God. Oh, we've got a smoker. Can you see it coming past? Oh God, wow. I took a wrong turn and I've ended up going down the motorway and back. And I don't think that's done this car any favours. It is absolutely smoking like a good one now. Can you see it pouring past? Oh no. Oh. Please, please let me get to Charlie's. Can you see it coming past the window? So for those of you that don't know, I used to be a financial planner. That was my job before I did this. But I stopped doing it because it was just affecting me mentally. I wasn't happy in the job that I was in. I always felt like I wanted to be my own boss, always felt like I wanted to do my own thing. So I decided I would follow my passion and sell cars to the general public. And I've never been as stressed in my life. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't change it for the world. Right, we're nearly at Charlie's. It's got a range of 11 miles. Sorry, mate. Oh, there's a petrol station there. If there's a free pump. Oh. Do the right thing. Let's get it fueled up. And I'll get a sandwich to cheer myself up. Ham and cheese, please. Oh, I can't be trusted. We got a Subway. Ah, right. Oh, I've bought a big smelly sandwich. We got smoke. Oh, this whole experience has been frightfully stressful. However, I challenge a man, woman or toaster to go in a petrol station wanting food and to walk past the smell of a Subway and not buy one. Oh, and that Subway's going to be, oh God, that's going to be nice when I get back. But I'm hungry now. But Charlie's is there. Oh, what a day. And I must remember to send an email to that guy about the GTR so he can send me a deposit. His deposit, £5,000. We like that, mate. So, Charlie's is just down here. Here we go again. Funding his children's inheritance. He just knows what he's on about. I like Charlie. He knows what he's on about. But I'm probably going to be there for half an hour knowing there's a Subway in here. Oh, painful. I might lie. Need to be back for 1:30, Charlie. Yeah, I've got a customer in at 1:30. Sorry to drop this on you. Yeah. We have a fixed car. Hey, Charlie. I'm now back frequenting the wonderful environment of this incense-filled 420. When I say incense, it definitely smells like cannabis in here. I think one of the previous owners liked a little bit of a bifter, which is probably why I didn't realise how much oil was falling onto his drive. Anyway, it has been fixed, it has been repaired. It was the sump, which we were hoping it wasn't, but anyway, it was the sump, so it is what it is. We have a voice here. He's done me a solid here, is Charlie. That should be about £1,000. But what he's managed to do is he's managed to get the sump off the car without lifting the engine out of it. So what he's managed to do there is save me a load of labour, well, save himself a load of labour, which in turn saves me a load of labour for pulling the engine out of this car. What he's done is he's dropped the subframe down and managed to get into it. Now he's telling me that someone's had a go at this before, which is telling me that the previous owner definitely knew about it, 100%. There is no two ways about it, because whoever's had a go at it before has basically gone round all the edge with a gun, trying to fire a load of paste in round the edge so it'll seal it, and they've put that much, they've missed bits because they can't quite get round because the drive shaft's coming in and all sorts. He said it looked like the biggest bodge. And also, because they'd gone so hard with this gun, they'd ended up firing sealant into the actual sump as well. So what he's done as Charlie is he's checked the sump to make sure that there's nothing in there, so there's like sort of bits and debris in there. Checked the oil pickups, the oil strainer, he's checked that, there's nothing in there. He's drained all the oil out of the car, obviously, and he's put some fresh oil back into it, and everything is A-OK now. That's cost quite a bit of money, but not anywhere near as much as it should have cost. So, Charlie, thank you, mate. You've sorted me out again. 700 quid is the number. It's now had a service, which was due anyway. So we are now swanning back through the delights of a rainy Bradford city centre so I can get to my desk, eat my Subway, send that GTR guy our bank details, and then hopefully I can sit at my desk and munch on my sandwich. I might even turn my phone off and just have a bit of Robbie time. Cover myself in sandwich and debris. Coffee, Subway, happy Rob. So good news is Callum has managed to fly through all the cars while I've been out, so Both Porsches have been photographed. They're ready to get edited now. And it's on a 4 Series as well. I forgot I had a 420D in here, which is another 420D. But it's a particularly nice example. So he's on with those now. I'm just going to have a little bit of me time with this bad boy. So this is a foot-long Subway. Oh, it's not survived the journey that well. And I might have overloaded the sauce on there. So I've gone with Italian BMT on Italian hearty bread with all sorts of different sauces because you can have as many as you want for free. So just me and the sandwich for 10 minutes. Sensational. I'm going to just have a little bit of pepper first. Well,
Are you filming?
yeah.
Sorry. You filming yourself eating a sandwich?
Yes.
Don't get any weirder with you. I've just come back in that Kia
Yep.
from a test drive, and you might want to come listen to it. It's alright.
Right. So we have a Ford Ka that's coming, bought from auction, and would you believe it has a problem? So I'll talk you through that one. Even the cheap cars are giving me a headache at the minute. Anyway. Right, so we're fast forwarding to the end of the day now, and the first and most important thing that I want to run through was the deliciousness of that sandwich. Give Subway the credit. For £6.78 or some random figure, it's a lot of sandwich, isn't it? So yes, very happy with that, very full, and a little bit sleepy in the afternoon. I am on my way home now. We have had a bit of an interesting afternoon. So the guy on the GTR has indeed sent a deposit across. He sent £3,000. He said 5, but he sent 3. Anyway, I'm happy with that. So good bloke. So I'll just confirm that when I get in now. And then we've had this lovely Mercedes-Benz C300 come in off a bloke who came in a couple of days ago asking whether or not I'd buy it. We really struggled to get to the number he wanted on the car, but I want to buy it, so I was as strong as I possibly could be. I said, look, mate, I'm giving you, well, you know, a really decent price there. We Buy Any Car were like £1,000 more. So he's gone across to We Buy Any Car. They've knocked £1,000 back off it, obviously, when he's got there. And to give the man his credit, even though he's sat at We Buy Any Car ready to sell it, he's rung me and said, Rob, will you stand on your bid? Yes, I'll stand on it. Brought it back, sold it to me. Thank you, Sam. Really appreciate it, and very best of luck with your business, which is why you're selling the car. So this will make a lovely thing for someone. Really nice car, so I'm pleased about that. It's nice when the cars come to you. We have had the supercar confirmed, so I need to have a word with Tony and sort out collection for that car. So that's going to be coming from Wales. So massive thank you to Peter for linking me up on that one. That's one of your friends, and I'm really, really excited about this thing. Really excited. It's going to knock spots off a lot of the cars we've had in recently. Anyway, that's on its way through. And I had something else to tell you. I can't remember what it is. Something else happened. I mentioned the sandwich. That was important. I think that's pretty much it. I managed to get all the cars photographed. So, and Callum's been on with editing now. He's kind of moving into a little bit more of a hybrid job role where he's kind of helping me out a little bit more directly rather than just valeting. We've got Sam, who's fairly fresh in. He's valeting steady away with Sam. So we're going to have to see how he gets on. Bless him. So I'm on my way back home now to see my wonderful woman. We are going to have salmon for tea, which is very exciting. And I guess the only thing that I would say, first of all, is thank you again for watching. Secondly, really up for ideas as to what you'd like to see on the content. We've got a couple of videos coming up that are like really exciting stuff and like sort of big events and stuff like that. But I actually really enjoy doing this. It gets a lot off my chest, and it's like a little bit of therapy just talking to a bloody iPhone. And if you'd have said to me a couple of years ago, would you be driving a car that you just bought off a bloke you never met, telling people about it through an iPhone on the internet, I'd probably say you're mental. Anyway, here we are. What do you want to see? If you want to see more ramblings, I can ramble all day. That's what I do for a living. You want to see more integral parts of the business? I don't mind telling you what happens, honestly. There's nothing to hide in this. I think people think it's a dark art, car sales, but it really isn't. It's quite a simple science. It is just tough going. But the good ones are good. And the bad ones are bad. So, thank you again for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps me out. Click on the bell icon, all that sort of jazz. And yeah, I hope to catch you on the next one. Thank you. Cheers.